Hi there, I'm Coach Kenneth.
And I'm Coach Victoria.
And in this video, we're going to be talking to you about I broke no contact and they said nothing.
This is brutal.
It really feels like the end of the world. It feels like the relationship is over and you're never going to have another chance if you break no contact and they don't reply to you.
Mm-hmm. It can feel really defeating.
Absolutely. Now, we always try to encourage you guys not to break no contact. Read the comments of the people that do. A lot of times they get ignored. Sometimes their ex does reply, but a lot of times it doesn't get traction and it doesn't go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You really want to allow that person to reach out to you when they are ready. And I've seen it time and time again, but when your anxiety is building up, you're scared, you think that it will never turn around, or you feel like you have to do something, you break no contact and you might not get a response.
Right, and for some of you, this is more of a Hail Mary. You think, and you try to convince yourself, I'll put it this way, you try to convince yourself that you're not going to care if they don't say anything, so you're like, I'm just going to go ahead and do it, I've got nothing to lose. But then you just set yourself up for a spiral of anxiety. You set yourself up for a lot of self-blame. Sometimes we can feel a lot of shame and regret after we send a message and don't hear anything. We feel like, man, I shouldn't have ever said anything. I shouldn't have ever sent that. And so, this can set you up for a situation if you're not honest with yourself about how you feel about truly sending a message. So I put that out there.
Let's talk about that Hail Mary for a second, because I do see a lot of people say, well, I haven't heard from them in 6 months. So I'm going to reach out. In fact, some of those coaches will give that ill-advised advice, in my opinion, because you're feeling like, oh, that's it. If I reach out now and they don't reply, that's it. It's done. But that isn't the case. Honestly, I've been doing this for a long time, guys. 6 months, exes come back after 6 months all the time. All the time. So I wouldn't do this Hail Mary, okay? Because chances are they're not going to reply to it, or it's not going to get you the traction of getting them back. But then the other thing is that you tell yourself, like you said, oh, if I reach out and they don't reply, that's it, I'm done. I am done. And let me tell you, you're not done. Okay? You are not done after you send that message. If you've done it and you didn't get a reply and you're watching this video, share so the other people can see that it's not going to go the way you think it does.
Right, and a lot of times we feel like we're back to square one. We feel like, and if anything, we may have even pushed them away further. So, we have to keep these things in mind. Now, if you truly think that you're going to be feeling okay, then, it's completely your decision. However, like we said, we don't often see that happening. A lot of times it sparks a lot of anxiety, so your mental health comes first. You really have to think, is this worth it?
Yeah, because there's a big consequence if you do reach out, okay? And internally, you're not going to feel good. You're going to regret it. You're going to beat yourself up. I have talked to so many people that are like, oh, I broke no contact. I don't know why I did that. Now they know I still want to be with them, and they didn't reply to me. And all the things that you thought were going to make you say, well, that's it, I'm done. It just keeps you stuck in a new pain and suffering,
right,
and a new obsession of how you just handled it in a way that you wish you hadn't.
And many of you put so much effort into that message, right? You really carefully craft it. You spend so much time wording it correctly and using all the right vocabulary and syntax and all of this just to not get a response, right? And so on our end, we don't think it's worth that much energy in order to not hear anything back and also compromise your mental health. So, of course, it's a case-by-case kind of situation. You can definitely talk with us if you would like more specific guidance. Now, on their end, them not responding to you is indicative of them needing more space. So if you're not hearing a response, they might have other things going on in their life. They might feel too emotionally overwhelmed. They might not know what to say. And so you will not be hearing from them likely because they need space. And
They're not ready.
They're not ready. They're not ready.
You can't force them to be ready just because you want them to be ready. Okay? It doesn't work like that. They're ready when they're wanting to be ready, or when they feel ready, when they've processed things, when they've decided, I miss this person and I'm wondering how they're doing, and they come up with the reasons in their mind or their feelings or whatever it is that compels them to reach out. It's when the time is right for them. And that's when you want them to reach out.
Right. And at this point, the ball is in their court, right? So you've reached out, you put your information out there in the verse, you sent that message out there, right? So at this point, it's their responsibility to reach back out to you. I know a lot of times our anxiety can get to us and we think, well, maybe they didn't get the message, or maybe I'm blocked, or maybe this, maybe that. And there are some situations where that might happen. The ball is still in their court. Right? If they blocked you, the ball is definitely still in their court. If they didn't receive the message, the ball is still in their court. They know how to contact you.
Absolutely.
Right? So our mind likes to spiral, and I'll say most of the time they did receive the message. I know our mind likes to say, oh, maybe technology, and it does happen. I've heard of situations where maybe it's sent to a wrong number and somebody didn't realize that, that text had been there the whole time. It does happen. The ball is still in their court in order to rekindle things. So it can even take a while, if somebody has been dumped, when they hear from their ex, to reach back out to the ex that they've been dying to hear from. So this is kind of a strange phenomena that can happen. So if your ex is taking some time to reply to you, or if you haven't heard from them, it might just be you haven't heard from them yet.
Absolutely. And that happens all the time. Not hearing from them does not mean that you won't hear from them, okay? Or that you'll never hear from them. It could feel like that. And you have to find the balance of moving forward while also preparing if they do come back. And that's why we're always telling you, do the personal growth, because that pays off one way or another. Give them space. Allow them to come to you. Unfortunately, it often doesn't happen as soon as we want, but they have the right to take the time that they need before making a decision like that again.
Right, and they're a lot more likely to reach out to you if they don't feel pressured, right? So if you reached out and you didn't hear anything back, don't reach out again. I know many of you might be inclined to say, well, did you get my message?
Oh, yeah.
Are you there? Hello?
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Give them that space and time to reply to you at their own pace.
Yeah. So think about all the things that we're saying here. We see these cases all the time. That's why we're suggesting that you follow these strategies. They are a lot more effective than chasing someone that is not ready to be in a relationship or trying to repair it with you.
Right, and have some self-compassion. I know many of you beat yourself up after reaching out to an ex and not hearing from them. Have compassion for yourself. You did it probably with the good intentions of wanting to rekindle something, of wanting to repair it. Give yourself that self-compassion and give them that space.
That's right. There are no perfect people on this channel.
No, not even me. I'm close, but that's your joke typically.
All right. So hopefully this one's been helpful to you. Of course, if you want to get our help personally, you can do that on my website, askcraig.net. I do email coaching and I do Skype. Coach Victoria is also available for Skype coaching.
I'm here whenever you'd like to chat.
Just click on her name on the top of the website to schedule with her. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
And I'm Coach Victoria.
And we will talk with you soon.